Hi, good evening. My name is Madeline Mkirema, an accredited award winning journalist, so far having scooped 3 awards, which includes Great Rift Valley Gospel Music Award as Best Radio Presenter, DG Radio Award as Best Most Impactful Story, and George Atkins Award as Best Farm Journalist. Apart from that, I am also a graduate of Slow Food Kenya under the Slow Food Youth Network, also a graduate of Yali East Africa under the cohort 42. With this in mind, then, today I want us to talk about some few issues that most of us tend to forget or assume that they don't affect us. But we forget that these are our colleagues, these are our family members, these are our neighbors, which, as much as you might assume or rather forget about them, but they may directly or indirectly affect our daily lives, our daily routines, and mostly even our deeds might actually affect their lives. I would want us to start relating this, or rather today's topic, with our African culture. I don't know about the Western culture, but for the African culture, we tend to be actually, it was there and is still existing in terms of that we were controlled by some of the laws, some of the regulations, some of the guidance that were placed there in our clans, in our tribes, such that each and every clan, each and every tribe had some rules that governed us in our daily routines, what to do or what not to do. And with this in mind, some of these rules and regulations have actually affected our colleagues, especially those who we are talking about today, the people living with disability. Most of our cultures had the laws, which these laws were created by our elders, like the clan elders. Most of us tend, or rather were forced, to believe in whatever the elders say. If they say eating while standing is right, then we have, or rather we had, no option than to accept what they say. Whether we like it or not, we had to accept and we had to believe in that. At the same time, when we speak about people living with disability, some of our cultures, some of our tribes had these kind of beliefs that we were, and still some of us are still forced to believe that this is right and this ain't right. When we speak about people living with disability, most of them, some of the cultures and traditions tend to say that giving birth to a child who has kind of a disability, it's maybe a curse or might be related with witchcrafty, or it may be caused by the deeds of their parents. So we were forced to believe that if something like this happens, maybe the parents of this kid did something bad before, and these kids are the ones bearing the consequences. With such in mind, most of us tend to fear living with the people living with disability, tend to think that maybe they were cursed, maybe they did something wrong. Until today, some of us haven't kind of grown out of that, out of those beliefs. And with this, our colleagues who live with these different types of disability have been forced to undergo some experiences, to undergo some situations and circumstances that they are so hurtful and painful, in terms of maybe they can't even access some places when you go and search for work. They can't go to a certain place because maybe people fear them. They can't even engage in different activities because they're afraid. How are these people going to be looking at me? What may be the reception of these people when I visit them? What are they going to say when they see me? With this, most of our colleagues who live with different types of disabilities have been forced maybe to stay indoors or have been forced to live a low life because maybe some of them are afraid of getting out. Some of them are afraid to go and search for jobs because they tend to believe that nobody is going to give me a job because of my situation, my condition. Some even are forced not even to visit their family members, maybe because of their cultural beliefs and thoughts. Some of them are forced to even kill their own kids or maybe send them out simply because they were told this is a curse to our family, this is a curse to our community. So, with this in mind, I would like let us try and change this kind of, or rather this type of perception, these types of beliefs that are making others not being themselves, are making others not having the freedom to live like any other human being. I came to realize that we tend to check on the negative part of these people, the negative life story of these people, but try and check on the positive. I came to realize that these people are doing some magnificent work, some good work, even more than we that we call ourselves to be able. I visited so far Hill Special School in Nakuru, which these are kids that are mentally disabled. But whatever they're doing, they're actually doing it wonderful, even more than us. These are school kids who make bags out of the beads. They make arts, some artificial arts using some beads. They make, yeah, I don't know even how to explain. Kindly, if you haven't visited Nakuru Hill Special, please just go and see for yourself. We tend to check on the negative stories of the people living disability, but in real sense, these people are doing some good job that we ourselves even can't do. That if when we change, I believe that when we change our perspective to these people, how we look at them, checking on the negative, checking on they can't do this, they can't do that because he's this way, she can't do that because she's this way, Let's avoid that. Let's try and check what then can he do? What then can she do? And from that perspective, I believe we can make a great positive change, and together we will make Kenya and the world as whole a small haven where we accept each other with the small things we have. We accept each other with the small abilities that we can do. If this one does this and the other one does this and we come together, I believe we can be somewhere. I don't know how to explain this, but I know you feel me. So from today, kindly, I beg, I ask you, I make a request with this topic, today's topic. Kindly, let's try and change our perspective. Let's try and erase the negativity, the negative thoughts, the negative perspective, anything negative actually. Let's try and erase it and start focusing on the positive part, positive side of our colleagues living with disability, because they are making a great job. They are making a wonderful work, things that we even can't do. And when we come together, I believe we can do wonderful stuff. So thank you so much. That was my speech today. My name is Madeline Mkirema. Thank you.